So I want to start off this video by saying yes, I'm not in my usual setting. Of course I'm not. If this looked like my actual setup, then I'd be loving life, filming videos, staring out to a golf course in the middle of Spain. It's what life's made of, man. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I've just watched a performance where there's positives to take, there's negatives to take, of course, because we didn't win the game. Brighton 2, Manchester United 1. Sorry if you hear any sounds like crickets in the background. That's just what you're going to get when you're in the middle of Spain, isn't it? Surrounded by trees and golf courses and pools and all things to be happy about. But instead I'm stood here talking about United. Anyway, let's get into the game, because to start off with, I think it was okay, especially in the first 20 minutes. I thought we controlled the game really well. I liked what I was seeing with the press, with Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad, Rashford, even tracking back as well, which was good to see in the first half. Obviously, we named an unchanged 11, so obviously people wanted De Ligt to start. No, Maguire kept his place, which fair enough, he played well on the opening day, and Ten Hag said he didn't want to change the winning formula, which I don't really agree with too much. I think you've got a brilliant centre-back in De Ligt sat there not getting it, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, forget about the team a second. We'll get onto that as we progress. United were very good, like I said, in the opening 20 minutes. I thought we actually played really well. We looked like we actually had a style of play. We weren't just hoofing it and chasing a ball every now and then. We were, especially for building out from the back. I thought Onana played well. Some of his passing was quite good today. Obviously some bad ones as well, but you're always going to get that with a keeper like him. Mazraoui's touches were good first 20 minutes, I thought. Same with Dalot getting involved, Martinez, Maguire. They were all getting on the ball a lot, and we were playing it out of danger quite well, with Casemiro and Mainu coming to collect the ball off the back line. So from what I saw in the first part of the game, I was impressed. I was like, we're keeping a pressing side like Brighton out of the game. We're dominating possession away from home, which was good to see, because we never normally do that. We normally, under Ole, Mourinho, Randy obviously tried to implement a certain style of play, but under them two specifically, it was just kick ball chase, wasn't it? It was hit on the counter, drop your back line further back, send the ball through, and rely on counter attacks and rely on individual performances. And I thought we didn't do that today, which was nice to see. It's sort of like we're starting to see a style of play, maybe with the new coaches coming in, etc., etc. But again, it didn't result in a win. So, what would you rather have? Bad performances and wins on the scoreboard, or would you rather just play well and not win? I mean, I know which one I'd rather, especially at the start of the season. You want the points on the board. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked. I thought up until Brighton opened the scoring, I was really impressed with Mason Mount. I was really impressed with Bruno Fernandes. I was really impressed with Casemiro. Them are probably the three standouts for me up until we went 1-0 down, which obviously we're going to talk about that goal now. A ball into the box, which I can't believe that. I can't believe a cross has come in from the right-hand side. That's just been allowed to happen, just like that. And then no one has dealt with it. Well, I say no one. Harry Maguire should have dealt with that ball. Let's just put it out there straight away. João Pedro, I think it was, crossed the ball in. Maguire's let it come across his body. He could have easily whacked it away with his weaker left foot. Yes, he could have put it in his own net, but take that risk. Instead of leaving it for Mazraoui to go and get your right back, who's obviously thinking you're going to get the ball, just take one for the team and smash the ball out for a throw-in. Just get rid of the ball. That's all you need to do in that position as a defender. Don't worry about anything else. Worry about you. The ball's in front of you. I've heard murmurs of him saying he couldn't get to that ball, but me looking back at it 5-6 times, there is no way Harry Maguire can't put his left foot out and clear that ball. I'm sorry, I've got to say it. So I think he genuinely, I don't like to put a blame on him for the goal, but I think if he just clears that away, obviously we don't concede. They end up scoring. Matoma picks it up from the left hand side, puts one across, and again Martinez isn't there to stop Danny Welbeck from tapping it in. And it was written in the stars, wasn't it? Danny Welbeck on 99 career goals, former Man United player, a Manchester lad, always scores against United. What does he go and do? Score against United and gets his 100th club goal, which fair play to him. I really like Danny Welbeck. I think he's done very well for himself. I think he's had a good career. So yeah, he makes it 1-0 with that goal. And then, again, it's just not what we deserved. I thought we were so good up until that point, and the goal just came out of nowhere from individual errors again at the back, which made me... It actually really put a dampen on my mood. I'm on holiday and I was really annoyed about that goal because again, just deal with it. It was so easily avoidable. But anyway, we move on. We then nearly score straight from the kickoff, to be fair. I think Ahmad had the ball. I think does he find Bruno, and then he lays it off for Mount, shot saved. Again, it was a weak, tame effort, but it was a chance straight away, so we weren't sitting back. We started to play, but again, we were continuing to play the way we were before the goal went in. And then we go into the break, 1-0 down at half-time. Ten Hag then takes Mason Mount off, brings on Joshua Zirkzee. We bring a striker on, which again, we probably did need, because there was a certain point in the game where Ahmad and Rashford, as our wide players, were sort of like, they had no one to give it to. Rashford was winning flick-ons, there was no striker there. Ahmad was getting the ball, slowing it down, because there's no striker to play it forward to, so when he's picking up the ball on the right-hand side, he's always looking back, because there's no one there in front of him, which, again, I can understand. We bring on Zirkzee, but I don't know for Mount. I don't know why for Mount, because for me, I thought Mason Mount was our best player in that first half. I think his pressing was immaculate. I think his on-the-ball touches were great. His passing was brilliant. So to take Mason Mount off at half-time, I think we lost something in that midfield. Straight away, I think in the first half, we were winning the midfield battle. Casemiro, Mainu, Mount, Bruno dropping in as well, obviously. We were winning that midfield battle. And as soon as we took Mount off, we lost it. We lost the press a little bit. But we did go ahead and score nonetheless. Let's get on to that goal now, shall we? Again, it's one of them goals, isn't it? I mean, it's a good goal. I mean, I was lost for words then. Trying to jog my memory back of what happened. Yeah, I think Ahmad obviously takes the ball. I think it's Mazraoui actually who intercepts the ball. He starts to run forward, plays a nice little pass into Ahmad, and then he's got a lot of space open to him. It's you know what he's going to do. You know he's going to cut in on that left foot, but it's whether you can stop it or not. And Brighton couldn't do that. So he starts to cut in. I think is it against? I don't know who's against. Was it Hinshelwood? I think maybe. I can't quite remember that, but he's there cutting in onto his left foot, and the shot is going in. Obviously takes a big deflection off Van Hecke into the back of the net. Both Dunk and Van Hecke try to stop it. And yeah, I think Ahmad was having a sort of... He wasn't having a great game up until that goal, but I mean, you can't blame him. He obviously just lost a key member of his family the day before, so even playing this game, I thought credit to him. He wants to play, he wants to show what he can do, and he scored a goal. So credit to Ahmad. And I think after that goal, we started to get into the game a bit more as well, which was good to see. I think Ten Hag was probably going to bring him off until he scored that goal, but you know what? He deserves to stay on, I think, up until that point. And then I don't really know what happened after that. I think the game just went a bit flat. We were up in the air a bit. They were starting to get into the game again. And then we had a big chance. Garnacho comes on, replacing Rashford. And straight away, he always makes an impact. 5 minutes later, United are in. I think is it Ahmad who plays the ball across? Oh no, Bruno plays the ball across, sorry. Both Zirkzee and Garnacho are sliding at it. Zirkzee misses it, Garnacho gets there. It's going in. The Garnacho goal is going in. But unfortunately, I noticed it in real time straight away. It hits Zirkzee as it's going in. So the goal's disallowed because Zirkzee's in offside position. That's all we needed. Just that goal. I was just hoping, because I knew it hit Zirkzee, I was hoping the ball had already crossed the line as it hit Zirkzee, but it wasn't the case. It was sort of on the line and it hit Zirkzee, which again, I know it's the rule, but the ball's going in. I mean, I can't really complain too much, but it really annoyed me because that goal would have won us the game. We would have been talking about how good United played, but instead, we're talking about how we lost the game. Yes, let's get on to that. Well, straight away, Bruno Fernandes hooked 80 minutes in. You'd never normally see Bruno Fernandes coming off. And I think as soon as Bruno came off, wow, that midfield was non-existent. And personally, I would have took Mainu off. He was on a booking. Mainu played well. For me, I thought he played well. He lost the ball a few times, but that's always going to happen with a risk taker like Mainu who wants to drive at opponents. But he was on a booking. The bringing McTominay on, which straight away is like... It's one of them subs, like when McTominay's coming on, I love McTominay, but I don't know about that. I think Ten Hag was just hoping, throw him on, get us a goal, but to bring him on for Bruno, we completely lost everything in the midfield. No Mount, no Bruno, no press, straight away. So yeah, that completely ruined our game, I think, a little bit. De Ligt came on as well for Maguire, and I think Anthony came on as the last sub for Ahmad, very late on. But their goal is so bad, like it is really bad. Not bad as for them, bad for us, like how bad we defended and the way we conceded that goal. I can't really get my head around it. I think it comes from a corner, we clear it. I don't know who crossed it. I think it's Adingra the substitute for Brighton. He's just there, like he stood there, and there's 3 Brighton players at the back post, all unmarked, and there's just like a cluster of United players going to chase the ball, which it's like under 6s, isn't it? It's like under 6s where every kid wants to get on the ball, so there's no positions when you're that young. You just all leg it to the ball. That's what it looked like. All of our players pushed towards where Adingra had the ball, left João Pedro at the back post on his own. Rutter, I think, was back on the back post on his own, and another player from Brighton, Veltman maybe. 3 players for Brighton at the back post on their own, and it's an easy goal. Great ball from Adingra. Routine header for João Pedro past Onana. Can't blame Onana for it. He's never saving that from 3 yards out. A free header. I want to know where Martinez was. I want to know where Dalot was, especially because I think Dallow's got to deal with that. It's on his side. I think he gets dragged over to the cluster of players. So it's just overall, it's a really heartbreaking way to lose the game. 95th minute. It's normally us scoring those goals, isn't it, that late on? But again, fair play to Brighton, fair play to the manager. A lot of people wrote him off. I didn't think he would do amazing. We're only 2 games in, of course, but there you go. Brighton sit top of the table for now, before the rest of the games happen this weekend. But yeah, fair play to Brighton. We need to work on a few things. I think defensively, towards the end of that game, I don't know what happened. I think the key things for me, Mount coming off, Bruno coming off. That, for me, derailed the game a little bit. So let me know what you think. Yeah, let me know what you think. I don't really know what else to say. I'll be back with more of these videos because I do actually like doing them. I've got a bit of time, so I'm going to watch the rest of the games in a minute, and there'll be more videos coming over the weekend. So hope you enjoyed. Hopefully United, well, it's wishful thinking. We've got Liverpool next week, so I just hope we beat Liverpool. That's all I'm hoping for. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you next time.